Chelsea TV back again. Chelsea have booked a spot in the first edition, the inaugural edition of the expanded World Club Cup hosted in America this year, this summer, going on. To be precise, they played the first semi-finals today. Chelsea were beating Fluminense. First start for Chelsea, scored 2 goals against his boyhood club. We're going to look at those two, look at his performance, talk about Enzo Maresca, what you have made of him and this Chelsea team, and of course the Fluminense performance in this game. We'll also talk about the referee's decision and key moment, with a moment of respect for Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva, who lost their lives in a ghastly motor accident last week. The footballing world are still mourning that loss. Liverpool, to be precise, are mourning that loss as well. Of course, their family will pray for strength for them to bear this loss and pray for their repose as well. So yeah, let's get into this one. Like I said, Joao Pedro, you call it luck, call it fate, call it whatever you want to call it. Obviously, if I know between Delap and Jackson, Joao Pedro is a better number 9. You always know that he finishes. You know his record in Brighton. But maybe he would have not started this game if Delap was available, and if Jackson didn't get a red card. He got 2 games ago, so he just coming in. But again, you look at it another way. Jackson was available to start this game, but Maresca chose to go with Joao Pedro. I'm sure he would have seen enough in his training to know that this guy has something to offer. So they're not taking away anything from Joao Pedro. He got his start and repaid Chelsea right away. The 18th minute, scoring his first goal, and obviously scored the second one in the second half, and for the rest of that game, it was just history. So Joao Pedro showed what he had. He's a player I like so much, very skillful, technically gifted, and he can finish as well, and not a player that has too much drama in his game as well. So it's a good flying start for him. I know naysayers can also say, oh man, what do you expect playing against 2 defensive players in total age of almost 70 years between Thiago Silva and his partner out there. But I mean, this is just a preseason for Joao Pedro, and if this is anything close to what we're going to see with him in Chelsea colors, Chelsea have bought themselves, obviously, a very quality player. I always knew, I thought it was a mistake, because I was thinking, what's Chelsea thinking? These 3 strikers, we are not very miles apart from each other. I thought they were going to sign a very big striker. Obviously, Chelsea have decided to go with young players and let them grow together. But it now means that Jackson might be on his way. He's really very good playing from the wing. Maybe Jackson can try because of his pace, but he's not really a winger. So yeah, I'm not sure Chelsea are going to keep these 3 players for those 3 positions. Most likely, Jackson might be leaving this summer if a good offer comes. And the second on this is, like I said, Chelsea's performance in this game. They started this game off on the tracks with high intensity. The dominance throughout the first half especially was something else, and Fluminense could not cope with that. And to lead this was Neto, another player in Chelsea ranks that I like because of his electrifying pace and his technical brilliance as well. Though sometimes he can be very, very wasteful and annoying, but you know that when he's on it, it's always going to be a difficult day for any defender he faces. So he was the one spearheading that press, that pace, that intensity against Fluminense. Nkunku tried to do 1 or 2 things, but obviously this has been his story since he's been in Chelsea. He has not really had that spark to that we saw him in the Bundesliga. So Joao Pedro got his chance, took it, and Fluminense could never. They couldn't. Or I was watching that first half. I felt that Fluminense had a plan, maybe just to conserve energy, curtail Chelsea, and go explosive in the second half. But in second half, they tried to do that, but Chelsea were just too much for them to handle. And that takes me into Fluminense's performance in this game. I believe they showed too much respect to Chelsea, and maybe again the youthfulness of Chelsea affected. They couldn't really cope with the pace as well. They had a few older players in their ranks, and they couldn't just and don't forget that they were also missing 2 starters in their team as well. Martinelli, I can't remember the other player's name now, who could not start this game because of inavailability of because of yellow cards. So yeah, it made it difficult for them to cope with that intensity. Fluminense lacked confidence. They lacked that conviction in themselves that they could do something. Yeah, they had a few moments in second half, second half, but still, I don't think they gave Chelsea enough to worry about in this game. So, talking about this game as well, you're not going to talk about this game and not mention Enzo Maresca, the coach of Chelsea. Whatever you like him or hate him, he's not one of the coaches I respect so much, but he has done bits for Chelsea, or finishing in the Champions League position in the league. After a very bad second half of the season for Chelsea, that was a very good achievement for him and for the team. And coming here now to take Chelsea into the finals of the Club World Cup, what this means is, regardless of what happens in the final, they're going to finish second of all the 32 teams. And I mean, what else can you want from a coach that just taking a team 1 year ago? And this goes a long way to support or buttress or even give more powers to Chelsea fans. This club, in the last 15-20 years, they have developed this DNA of winning trophies or going strong, of giving themselves a chance to win trophies. They've almost won in fact, they've won every cup that is available, every club cup that is available out there, apart from so I don't know what he can say what he wants to say about Chelsea, but sometimes these are some things that are enviable if you're not a Chelsea fan. So yeah, Maresca has continued in that light, and Chelsea as a team is still not where I know Chelsea fans want that team to be, but they are really making strides, and little by little it's looking like they are going to get there. I mean, there's no perfect team out there eventually. So big up Chelsea, big up Maresca, big up these players, and we'll see what they're going to do in the EPL this season. And that takes us into the final point, which is the referee officiating and some big moments in this game. First, Fluminense would have come back into this game when it was 1-0. They had a penalty. For me, that was a penalty. I don't know what interpretation the VAR gave to that incident that made the referee to change his mind. I mean, the talk is that if the hand was natural position. I don't understand what that means, because that ball, from the interpretation I will know about the law, before last season, the ball was heading to the goal, an advantage Fluminense. Whether it was natural or not, it stopped the ball from giving Fluminense an advantage. But the referee and VAR, they know better. They thought otherwise, and that decision was rescinded. And the second one was two very big clearances. One was tossing off the line, and of course, Thiago Silva had one as well that would have given Chelsea 3 goals lead in this game. So give and take, it was just, for me, in a way, game, without the penalty shout for Fluminense, Chelsea was never really in danger, and Fluminense never really gave them anything to worry about. So it was always in the stars that Chelsea was going to be in the finals. And whether you want to talk about it or not, Chelsea also, maybe we are a little bit lucky because of the route that they followed to these finals, and probably will have their first real test in the finals against Real Madrid or PSG, and that we'll find out tomorrow who that will be. And so let me know what you think in the comment section. First of all, do you think Maresca is good enough to take Chelsea to the promised land, or is it just maybe it's been hit and miss for him, or what do they call it again? Grab and run or whatever like that, So, and your Pedro, what do you think Pedro is going to achieve in Chelsea? Do you think he's going to be that man that's going to, lead this Chelsea attack? Is he going to deliver? Because Chelsea has had these issues with number 9s in that club for a very long time. Is he going to be a different number 9 for them going to the season? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you again next time.